and 7 Spanish angels took another angel home. Hey, I'm Willie Nelson, and you're watching HempRock TV. We don't run, and we don't compromise, we don't quit, we never do.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I should say good evening. It's kind of late. I am Tony Vance, the voice of Freedom's Voice. Tonight we're going to go Insurrection Part 2. 2 more hearings after the last show I did. And I guess there'll be some more later, but we'll talk about these 2. These last 2 hearings, not only, they had already pointed out about the fake electors plan and a lot of those scams or schemes, that'd be a better word, in the previous hearings. And in this hearing, they kind of started bringing it home, putting it all together. Trump was using the crowd for several reasons, and that was the plan. The Proud Boys and the Oath Keepers, they're deeply involved. And they were scouting out the Capitol, like I said in the last one, they were scouting out the Capitol before the rally ever started. And as Cheney said, they were carrying guns. They refused to go through the metal detectors. They refused to give up the weapons they had and stuff like that. So they were hanging around waiting to see what was going to happen. We see now that it wasn't just to overturn the election. It was to overturn the government. The legal standing government of the United States. It wasn't just for him to stay in power. It was far worse than that. And if you look, if you watch the last 2 hearings, you get to see that, like the Oath Keepers and the Proud Boys and a lot of those people that were there, they really resembled the brown shirts that Hitler had in the 30s. They would go around town and they would beat up anybody that was politically against them or Jewish, because he had a hots for the Jews for some reason. I think his mother was part Jewish. I don't know what the hell that was all about. But anyway, it could have been just to rile everybody up with a big lie that the Jews were the problem. What did Trump do? Riled everybody up with a big lie that the election was stolen, that he should have won, and because he should have won, he has the right to come in, overthrow the government, and proclaim himself the Grand Poopah, or whatever the hell you want to call it. If you watch, you see he's insisting on going to the Capitol while that riot and shit was going on. He's insisting. Okay, what the hell was he going to do? Was he going to march into the Capitol with these people, take over the Senate or House or wherever they were meeting to do the electoral count? Because all those people fled for their safety. The security got them the hell out of there. But what did he think he was going to do? They were going to break into the chamber and he was going to have those people there proclaim him the ruler for life or some shit? I mean, think about it. What the hell did he expect to happen if he did that? Now, I know maybe even 50 years ago now, but maybe 100 years ago, they might have just went in there and hauled him out and killed him there, or hauled him out and killed him later. It was a concerted attempt to overthrow the government of the United States and proclaim Trump the king. But it's not the only coup. There is another coup going on that, because he appointed these judges that really should never have been appointed to the court, is responsible for this one too. And this coup is a little sneakier. And you've already seen the first part of it. And it has to do with the Supreme Court. First of all, let me say that the 4 judges that were appointed that lied in their congressional hearings should be charged with perjury. And I put it on Facebook when I was on there. I'll tell you what, you go to tips.fbi.gov, and they have a form there. You can report a crime. You go watch the confirmation hearings. You hear them all say that Roe v. Wade and all that was settled law. And then they have the decision which proves their lie. So what I did, I very respectfully, don't be a butthole about it, do it respectfully, but fill out the form and say you think they should be investigated for perjury. And that's what I did. And I insisted, I'm being honest about this. I saw them lie. The decision is proof of their lie. They should be investigated for perjury. Who knows? Maybe they'll open an investigation. You never know. But those buttholes should not be on the court. And let me explain this. A law professor explained this, and I watched it a couple times to make sure I knew what the hell he was saying. It's really the court. The court is part of this. They want to turn everything back. All the gains of the freaky liberals who want what? People to have a better life and crap like that. Government to help you make your life better instead of government always being oppressive and attacking you and not doing shit for you. Government should do things for its people. But anyway, here's how this goes. They overturned Roe v. Wade. They ruled on a case that allowed guns to be anywhere. They ruled on a case that now allows public money to be given to private schools, for-profit schools, religious schools. If the money's going to religious schools, they should pay taxes. If it's a for-profit school, they should pay taxes. They shouldn't be getting government money. That's what? We're not supposed to be connected to religion. There's supposed to be a separation of religion and state. They ruled that it's okay for this coach to stand there in the middle of the field, 50-yard line, and praise Jesus and ignore anybody on the team that might not feel the same. And the court said that was okay. You know the poop is going to hit the fan when a Satan worshiper says, well, let's bring out, that big statue of the goat and crap that's the devil, right? They're going to bring that out and put it on the 50-yard line, and then maybe people think about it. And I would support them in doing that because I think it would be hilarious. I'm all for freedom. But I'm also for the freedom not to have your crap imposed on me. And put me in a position where I'm the other because, if I go into your church, yeah, but not out on the football field or not in a public school. Yeah. Anyway, so they did all these things, and then they ruled that the EPA could not regulate the smoke coming out of these power plants. That's Manchin, by the way. That's what they wanted. So there you have all those things. The Roe v. Wade, guns anywhere, public money to private schools, and you can, let's go ahead and have religion on the 50-yard line. And then the EPA thing. And when they come back, there's a case they're going to rule on that will turn us upside down. Worse than Roe v. Wade. And if they rule the way I think they're going to in that case, okay, currently, under the law, when they say the legislature of a state regarding elections, that includes the governor and the Supreme Court of the state. So, like if they draw crappy boundaries for the districts and the other side, let's say the Democrats do, and the other side appeals, they can appeal to the Supreme Court, and the court can rule whether that's illegal, it's gerrymandering or not. The court is the stopgap for people when the legislature may make outrageous laws or things like that. If they rule the way I think they're going to rule when they get back, and this is a law professor speaking, not me, they are going to rule that only means the legislature. It does not mean the court or the governor. So what's that going to mean is the legislature can set the rules for the election to make it impossible for the other side to win ever. And a lot of these laws that the legislatures are passing right now, they won't stand if this ruling doesn't go down the way it looks like it's gonna. If they rule the other way on this, a lot of those laws will hit the dust. But they're laws that say, okay, let's say in the state of Pupa, right? The Democrats won. Their guy was elected. But the legislature in Pupa happens to be a conservative Republican legislature. They don't like the Democratic winner. So they vote in the legislature to remove the Democratic winner and place the guy they wanted to win. And the court said that will be okay. Because it says in the Constitution, the legislative body. But what they meant at the time was the whole deal, the governor, the court, and the legislature. If the court rules that it means only the legislature, look out. Because in Republican-controlled states, it is going to be, look out, shit's going to hit the fan. I'm not kidding. These guys will be able to do anything they want, and they already are trying. I mean, there's some 300, right after, what was it? Right after the election, there was something like 380 bills tendered to make it harder to vote in various states. And some of them were passed. Some ridiculous ones, like the one I was talking about. But if this court ruling, I don't know the name of the case, but it's a case that has to do with, like I said, in the Constitution, it says something about the legislative body. And what it means, the court has ruled many times before that means the Supreme Court, the governor, and the legislature, and the whole 9 yards. But if this court comes back and rules it means only the legislature, hang on to your pants. Because that's going to be the real coup. They will be able to rig the election system so they will win all the time. And that's what they're trying to do. I mean, come on. 2 elections ago or 3 elections ago, the people of Dodge, or the city of Dodge, moved the polling place that most of the Native Americans go to 20 miles outside town. And not on a bus line. And that's the kind of crap you got to put up with. We should have mail-in voting nationwide. We should have electronic voting, for God's sake. We can make it safe. We can put in safeguards, know whether it's being screwed with. There's a whole lot of shit we could do online. We're just scared, I guess. Boom. So this is it. This is the real coup. And let me get back. The last two hearings showed that the upper echelons of the Trump administration, including Trump himself, knew what the hell was going on and were planning for it. They were in contact with the Proud Boys. They were in contact with the Oath Keepers. They were all those military guys, those fake militias, right? They should be illegal. A militia should be illegal in America, like you said. But this is why he wanted to go to the Capitol so bad that he reached up and grabbed the wheel. If they'd have taken him to the Capitol, I guarantee you, he would have got out there and marched into the Capitol with them and allowed them to proclaim him Mr. Putin or whatever the hell he thought he was going to be. I don't know what he thought. Did he think the official government was going to sit back and let him do that? In another country, they'd go in guns blazing and just kill them all. Now, they're not going to do that, but at least, Jesus Christ, I hope at least Trump goes to jail. And I hope these crooked judges all go to jail for perjury. I wish. The Justice Department should charge him. Hell, at the end of the last hearing, Ms. Cheney read a thing about they had another person, one of these lower level sport workers, who was going to testify. Trump called her or him, I think it's a her, but I'm just guessing. Trump called them to intimidate them into not speaking to the hearing. That is witness tampering. That's a felony. He incited people to go attack our very seat of government, to overthrow it so he could stay in power. That's not that's a crazy conspiracy theory. No, they have proved it beyond a shadow of a doubt. The hearings have proved it. If you're a Trump supporter and you happen to be watching this, don't get mad at me. Get mad at Trump. He conned you. I understand. Obama, 2 years, he had a Democratic Congress. What did he do? He tried to give everybody health care. Oh my God, what a horrible thing. And the people, God bless their black flabby little hearts, they gave him a Republican Congress in the next 2 years. So for 2 years, and he was reelected, for 6 years, he couldn't get nothing done. McConnell would not even allow him to appoint anybody to the Supreme Court when he should have. There's where it started to break down. So Obama's not allowed to get anything done for 6 years, and here comes Trump down the golden escalator. And like I said before, I knew he was a con artist before he got down there. He come down that thing, and inside I went, oh shit, we're in trouble. But he come down the golden escalator and telling people, well, yeah, I can fix it. And I don't blame a lot of people. The Republicans didn't allow anything to get done for 6 years, and Obama couldn't get anything done for 6 years. So, and I don't blame people. They went, well, maybe this fat guy can do something. He's supposed to be a deal maker. Maybe he can get something going, make my life better. The idea was to make him and his rich friends better, not you, not me. That tax cut that he passed during his administration, that was permanent for the wealthy and it expired in 5 years for you and me. So, if you thought that was a great deal, go watch the episode titled Buying Power and see how bad we've been ripped off. At any rate, this is it. It was a concerted plan to overthrow the government by Donald Trump. And the backside of this is this Republican plan, McConnell and the whole gang, to fill the court with these radical judges to turn back the clock on abortion rights, on guns, on spending public money to religious schools, to having religion in the public school system, to stopping the EPA from cleaning the goddamn air. Those are all people who own businesses' wishes. People who give gobs of money to the goddamn congressional people. Excuse me, but it's really upsetting. I'll tell you what we need. We need a law that says if you're a person, you're only allowed to donate X amount of money per campaign. So like you get donate a max of $2,000 to a guy running for the Senate, and maybe you can donate a max of $2,000 to a guy running for the House or a guy running for president, but that's it. And we should say, okay, if corporations are people, each corporation is one people. So your corporation can donate $6,000 to a candidate. That's it. Donate all you want, but you're only allowed to donate $6,000, and get rid of all of that dark money and all that bad stuff. That might do it. Then people might actually be voting and go, because I hear too many people, and I'll get this out real quick. I hear too many people sit there and go, oh, well, the parties are all the same. And, when you're pissed and bummed out, and you don't think things are working right and all that, I can understand. But the fact is, look at what the party wants to do. There was all kinds of stuff that the Democrats wanted to do for the people that two butthole senators, Manchin and Sinema, and if you look the money that gets donated to him, Manchin's a coal baron. Of course, he doesn't want the EPA to regulate the pollution coming out of coal plants. Why did the court give him that? Who's getting paid off here? That was for him. The guns, that was for the NRA. They got a lot of money in the Republican Party from the NRA. Public money to private schools. Oh, that'll keep all the religious people happy. Especially being allowed to pray on the 50-yard line. Oh, my God. I understand the sentiment. I was 12 years in Catholic school. I studied that stuff, and 2 years after, really. It's all nice and everything. When I got cancer, my girlfriend told me that there were people in 13 states that were praying for me. And I thanked her. I thought that was very nice. I don't believe it'll do anything, but it was really nice. And I appreciated it. I wouldn't be in a butthole about it. But, this mixing religion and the government is a big mistake. And it really started back in 1954 when everybody got scared. Well, we've been nuttily religious for a long time. Read a book titled Fantasyland by a guy by the name of Kurt Anderson. Fantasyland. It's about how crazy we have been our entire 200 and some odd years. Americans have been nuttier than a fruitcake, and religion's been a big part of that. We've got nutty over other stuff, but religion. There was a craze about having seances and stuff in the 1800s, so we've been nutty for a long time. I mean, think about it. The Puritans and the Pilgrims came and they settled America, and they gave us law and order and all that. No, they were nutty in a fruitcake. That's why they left England. They were even too nutty for Holland. That's why they came to America. And outlawed Christmas and burned the witches and all that kind of stuff. We were crazy people from the beginning. But this crazy man we elected cannot accept the fact that he lost. And he definitely wanted to lead that crowd into the Capitol and have them proclaim him the president. And that's what the last two hearings showed. So there you go. That's the best I can do on it for now. And let me tell you what. I am in a legal state. And it does help with my post-traumatic stress. So we're doing good. The cancer, I'm on oral cancer pills, 3 in the morning, 3 at night, on for a week, off for a week. I'm doing okay with that. They got me on Lyrica for the neuropathy. And the VA got late with my medicine for the Lyrica, and I ran out. And I immediately went into withdrawal from Lyrica. Trust me, you do not want to do that, like have a quick withdrawal. Because the neuropathy got so bad, it was halfway up my arms to my elbow. It was up to my knees. I could hardly walk, and I was hot and I was cold. It was, it was terrible. Once I managed to get a hold of some pills from my doctor to tide me over till the VA gets the medicine here. I was a mess. So we're over that. We're actually doing pretty good. I'm going to watch the next couple of hearings, see what the heck happens, and I'll see you then. But for now, this is Insurrection Part 2. I might title this Rise of the Brown Shirts, because that's what those thugs were. They were his army, his brown shirts. I don't know. I ended up the chain because they're going up the chain and they're finally going to get to Trump and he should be charged. So that's what we'll call it. Having a good time. See you next time. Keep your eye on what's going on with the government and don't listen to a lot of bull crap coming out of one station. If 5 stations are telling you one thing and one station is telling you something else, believe me, the 5 are probably telling you the truth. So watch out for that too. But yeah, people are trying to take us back to the past, the conservatives, and they're tied up with this crazy guy who wants to stay in power. And a lot of this is white supremacist stuff. Like I said in the last show, we're going to be, you put all the minorities together and they outnumber white people. Big deal. I don't care. That's got nothing to do with anything. Unless you make it. And why? So you can feel superior? So you can hang on some white supremacist bullshit? Save your energy. Try and do something to make your life better and at the same time make your friends' lives better. It's called enlightened self-interest. I would like the government to help me pay, the state government to help me pay for my medical cannabis, right? So I'm with Veterans for Medical Cannabis Access. We're talking to the chief of staff of a senator in the legislature, and I was told we'd have something before the end of the year. Now, in the process of me doing that, there's a whole lot of guys who are going to benefit, and their lives are going to be better. And that's what you need to do. And if everybody was trying to do that for their fellow man, we'd be a lot happier nation. We'd probably have a lot more holidays, and we'd be having a lot more fun instead of stressing out. I'll see you next time. Take care.
Hi, I'm Willie Nelson, and the Willie Nelson Teapot Party and I endorse Veterans for Medical Cannabis Access.
You throw me up and smoke me when I die.